Morning. Another day, another dollar. Today, we've got 213 acres. Got a heck of a view right out in the center. Should be some good footage. Expecting high yields, so stay tuned. I was walking up just to talk about how good that ISM sounds when it's sitting there purring. That might not be stopped. Got to look in further inspection. Houston, we have a problem. Literally just found that while I was walking by. Lucky me. Lucky me. So I built the mounts for these half fenders to adapt. Haven't actually seen what's wrong yet. But I always have these seem to break, so I thought that one was heavy enough. I think I may have broke the bolt this time. Have to do some inspecting. Don't have a flashlight handy, but there it is. Verdict is broken bolt. It's a grade 8. Guess I should have used a bigger bolt. I didn't video it, but we put a new bolt on. I was able to take the mud flap off, snake up through there, and then run my arm under there. I got one on. Sorry I didn't get a video. You get the drift. So this is our primary wet bin. The auger runs up. Anytime we're not dumping trucks, this auger runs to feed the dryer. An 8-inch doesn't feed it when we're running it to capacity, so we have 2. We can actually run the 2 bins and feed the dryer when necessary. We also have this 3rd bin tied to the leg, and we use it quite a bit, but maybe not as much in the recent years because of the dryer. It usually keeps up as long as we have the 2 15,000 bushel bins. So 30,000 wet space can keep us running. With this, we've got 50, a little over 50 if we need it. Right now, I believe we're putting some 19 corn in there because we can watch it here at home. And I'm going to air dry it, and obviously that'll go in January, more than likely, or December. Now, Jason Knopp, when he built the system to fill, he put a spillover. So, let's see. It comes down the pipe and either feeds the dryer or goes to one of the bins. Right now, it feeds the dryer and then goes to this primary wet bin. So when you dump a truck, it prioritizes filling the dryer. When that's full, it diverts and fills the wet bin. Trucks aren't here, wet bin can run and keep the dryer running. Truck pulls in, it can fill the dryer without having to handle it. So sometimes we don't have to rehandle the grain, it just feeds the dryer right off the truck. I'm sure I'll look back when I'm editing this and I'll remember how it felt on this day. We're close, but the pressure's not off yet. Man, it's gonna feel good when it is, though. We're gonna be gone all day. Better have plenty of snacks and water. And we look forward to these. I'll be glad to put these away, though. Soon, we hope.
Brendan, do you have an update? Do you need a truck immediately? I would like to stay and help Brennan finish this load if it fills Bob's.
We were going to finish last night, but it was going to be really late, and we're getting close to some houses, and we didn't want to do that. So we picked a good starting point. We've got 9 acres of this left. Let's see what 9 acres looks like. I don't know, I'll pan around. It's not too bad. We have 5 up the road, and then we're going to be road tripping to a 213 acre, really nice field. They're topping off the bin that we've seen. I think it's got 11 semi-loads roughly in it. Putting maybe another half of one in there. Run the fan on it. Then we have a 12,000 bushel bin at home. And we can top off some of our wet storage. The wet storage, we've got big fans and more roof vents on those bins. We can typically air dry till January. And that would get us. We'll have some December contracts to deliver on. We'll haul those. We typically avoid January lines. We're on a fiscal year, so our new tax year starts as November 1st, and after is like our new year. November 1st is my January 1st. So we use December to our advantage. The lines aren't bad. Most guys have to wait till after January 1. That's one of our, I don't know, we chose to do it that way. Works out. Well, let's get started. Looking forward to some good footage today. It's always a little bit of a challenge to see in the mornings, the glare. And my windows are dirty, let's face it. Hey, at least I'm honest. Pretty tricky when we have the open ditches and obstacles involved. Done. Holding up and we're ready to go. I've said it again. Don't forget the ladder. That's what it is. Heading on down the road. Leaves off for me. Thanks, I needed to do that. We dump on the run even if it's a little bit of a tight area. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it adds up over the course of a season anytime we can do that. Some really good corn in here. Normally we have a little water damage in this area. Didn't have that this year, so that's been a positive. It fits. Just not by much. that was a close one. It might be jammed in there. I was worried about that. Go out and take a peek. Might just be able to throw it off. All kinds of field hazards. They ended up just being laying on there. I caught it just in time. It's actually a gravel pit right there. Water and things. Farm right up next to it. I'd seen a small stick go in. It didn't make any noise. Still having to watch. My second set of 12 because there was some stuff, just debris right along the edge. Got a road made for the grain cart, just got the other end off. This was just a small field across from the big one. We're gonna go across the road there and be in this big field the rest of the day and probably all tomorrow, which I'm not going to complain. I like being close to home, nice big field. Always makes your day a little nicer. We were waiting on trucks. Instead of driving the car across the field full, I just brought this hopper over to her. Let's fill this semi. Good day to shell corn. There's one of the neighbors shelling corn apparently. So I was running through the corn, big area down, definitely deer. And when I picked that down corn up, it must have been wet enough, it plugged the head. When I got that undone, and that wet slug went on in and plugged the feed accelerator. It squeals the belt, so I got it shut down. Sister-in-law's here in the grain cart. I went out and disengaged the feed accelerator, had her flip it in like this, and I throw the handle up and it jerks it, pushes it on through. It's unplugged. I should have videoed that, it's pretty cool, but anyway. Now we just gotta make this long journey across the road, watch for cars. Ditch, you always just kind of creep up on it and have to be ready because of how much it raises the machine, and then your head's going to dip down real hard when the back end comes up and you're going off the other side. You just got to kind of watch because you can do all those things at the same time and not correct for them quick enough. And that's when you tear stuff up. Tearing stuff up, well, that's not fun because you got to fix it. Pretty excited. This is 6241Q corn. Across the road it just did 218 and it's got a lot of trees and things around it. Not really a highly productive farm. The farm I'm entering now is a big one. It's got some kind of rolling, not highly productive ground, and then it's got some ground that appears to really produce well. Overall it has a very respectable average. Nice being good sized farm. So we're gonna have some footage in here. Hope you enjoy. Kind of like a wash right there that's grassed up. We do inrows around this too deep to pass through yet. Riprap as us kind of slowing the flow of water down. I'm just getting where I was trying to wash that out. Seemed like that riprap helped. We're taming the hills. Got her dialed in. Just got to be careful. You can actually, like we were talking a couple days ago, poking the snouts into an extreme hill or a wash, and you go down, and then when it comes up, I've been watching for that. We've had some close calls, but everything's going all right. Truckers are getting bored while we're opening up, but we'll take care of that here in a little bit. Looks like we're gonna make some good corn. This is also 6241Q. I think I said that a little bit ago, but it's just under 20%, 19.5. Over the hill here, and you can see where I've been opening up. This is the toughest part. Generally, so that's got some areas that we've let grass right there. And I kind of just shell around all this and then leave it where I can dump on the run. When we have it too much of an angle like this, you risk hitting the auger on the cart. We've done that a couple times this year, so we're not going to do it today. The guys got we only had 2 fields that were dry enough to go in the bin. They got them in the bin, so it's full. This is a little wetter, so we're taking it home. See the topography. We're headed downhill pretty drastically here. Pretty cool. Here we are climbing the hill. The hills, the corn's always shorter, ears are on the ground. I'll lower my header control, kind of get the snouts dragging on the ground a little bit, picks it right up. Also making sure to really stay close on the row. As long as you stay centered, it picks up the best. You can see the different soil types we've talked about in other videos. It really shows out here. You can see one right there. Different. On the hills. Probably gonna set the phone down. And this is my favorite area. You're kind of up on top of the hill, and really neat, nice woods back here. Doing this one at night is pretty interesting back here. That's a long way off the road. Row, and I am really full. So when you're really full, you kind of pucker. That's what I call it, but tiptoe a little bit because you'll run it off on the cab. That's what we call cab corn. So our grain cart's right over here. We're going to pick her up and run back towards the trucks. We've got a couple trucks that are setting to try to make use of our trucks. So we'll jump off Hindros for a second. We're going to dump on the run, take you for a ride. Catch her picking up. Started dumping at 400 bushels. what that is, but it can't be good. Well, I did a hard reset. We're back shelling. No harm, no foul. The Hagee did that to me one time. Similar. I don't remember. It wouldn't move after it went through a wash, and I think just going back and forth on the hydro handle probably just got a code out of it. I sent the tech. I texted him the code just to see. He's gonna probably give me a little more information, but I'm back shelling and I don't see any issues. Off. You gotta excuse my grammar. I'm a tired boy. See those bins in the distance? That's the Alexandria Poet ethanol plant that we haul ethanol to. Nice friendly neighbors. Close call, so the spout's flexible.
It may right itself just a little bit, but I didn't know if it was worth trying.
So she seen it was touching, so we stopped. Figured I'd video this, but it's actually touching the cart. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to see what I can do to back off of it. Let's see what we got here. Let's see the spout in. Got it. Well, we got a deer, antler, and the tire. Wonder why it was leaking. Damn. Found a deer antler. And a tire. It's leaking. So we're taking a boat. Brennan, what's your boat? Brennan said let it eat. Let it eat. Okay. No, what do you think? Let it eat? Let it eat. I'll pit stop for air if I have to. We're going to continue on. We opted not to cut it off. Just worried about poking it on in. Thought about pulling it, but it's a pretty big hole. And it's flat right there. We're just opting to leave it alone and air it up and watch it. Man. Well, we're going to continue on with the Antler. We aired it up some. It's still had 12 pounds in it. 23 is what we usually run in the float on the back. I don't think it's leaking a lot, so we're just going to run it for now.
No, I think that's got a